Good afternoon, this is Kuro. Got a tier 8 game in my kid. Only had a chance to play one game. Unfortunately, it's a high tier matchup, but I'm going to try to discuss um, the kid play style. Had somebody on the forum saying that they were looking for pointers, and figured I'd try to get this video up. Gonna pause it right here because I'm slacking. Um, Going over the matchmaking, double tier 6 CVs. In a lot of ways, this is ideal matchmaking for a kid. Um, you're going to be able to do a lot against these CVs. Threat-wise, I've got a Cleveland. Belfast always makes it interesting. Molotov is it's a ship that you don't want to be spotted around it. Its guns are they're Donskoy guns. They're very flat shooting, and it can lay a hurting on you, even at extended range, pretty quickly. Uh, Destroyer-wise, we've got Nasashio, which is mainly a detection threat, and a Gaeta, which is just going to be completely overmatched by me. If I run into the Asashio uh, and actually detect him, he's not really a threat to me. Um, so, anyway, Kid. Um, Kid is an interesting destroyer in the respect that you can bring a lot of different tools to the table that you normally don't see. Um, One thing you'll see later on in the game, I'm actually using my ship to combat, the double CVs trying to protect my Shinonome that practically has nothing for anti-air. Um, so you're gonna see, moves like that if you are in an AA destroyer or a destroyer with good anti-air, um, you should be doing that for your destroyers. Help them out because a lot of these destroyers, they're not really going to be able to shoot down planes, whereas you can. Um, right or wrong, this thing practically is like it's very cruiser-like with its anti-air abilities. It's a little nuts, but for play style, for balance, it has its niche. Um, Taking the whole anti-air thing out of the equation, it's all about this with the kid. That repair. Um, it lets you just put it this way. It's basically like a hyena or a pack of wild dogs. Uh, it beats destroyers through attrition. Every engagement, the enemy DD is going to take so many thousand, hit points of damage. Uh, you can take the same level of damage, and you're still winning because you can repair it back. Now here, I last second just take a pot shot on the Gaeta. He's smoked up. He's a German DD. I'm not going to rush him. I know there's a Cleveland back there. I'm just going to chill. Just going to wait him out. Wait for his smoke. I'm going to push up here, and I'm trying to spot this Cleveland again. And here, I'm just going to turn out, and what I'm doing here is I want to give this guy some hope that maybe he can cap this. I was hoping that my Torps would, he wouldn't have Hydra up. He obviously avoided them, so good for him. But right here, I am just trying to inflict damage on him, whatever I can get, and at the same time, get back into the cap. So I drop smoke, and just trying to get off the last known location, so all those guys that are just putting a circle on the mini-map trying to pop shots off at you, basically make it so those shots miss. Now you notice I'm still angled to the guy at his last known location. I know he's still pretty close near there, and I'm just using my guns, using the smoke to go to town on this Normandy. So now that I've got the cap, that was actually a pretty good surprise or blind drop. But the guide is back in the cap, and right now I just want this Cleveland to push back, so it'll give me some room to work inside the cap. Now there was a misplay there. I was trying to activate my defensive fire, which I am used to it being on the Y key. I don't play Kid that often, and I did Butterfingers a heal for very little return on that use of the consumable. So there was a little misplay in there. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. But right here, just closing in, just stalking the Gaiety. I completely overmatched this destroyer. So basically just going to act like a bully. You may hear number one in the background. She's playing with the toys. What are you doing? Who knows? But pushing up here, I drop torps on the Bismarck, spot the Gaiety, and this is Kid's bread and butter here. Dishing it out on the enemy DDs. And I mean, you can see a little bit of the effect right there. Okay, I took a little bit of damage. You know, I can heal up, you know, roughly a third of what I took. I did leave the cap. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to hit torps, so I just basically kept cruising, and that was pretty much it. This is actually clutch. North Carolina killing that Belfast. That makes working around the caps much safer for us. Now this Bismarck got nuked here just a second ago, so calling target on him. I want my team to focus him down, get him off the table before he's able to heal up, pop hydro, or any of the other, you know, crazy things that he can do in close quarters. And at this point, I'm here with my Shinonome, and I'm just trying to protect them from, you know, the carriers. Just deny vision of the enemy all around the cap. You know, pretty much just be a solid, you know, pain in the butt for the enemy CV to deal with. So that one was actually a pretty good use of my defensive fire. Ended up netting both the enemy CV plane squads, and anytime you can have that kind of efficiency with your defensive fire as a consumable, it's very handy because you're able to, you know, in one whack, take out a lot of planes for just uh, one use of your consumable. And this is also showing you the importance of moving around in the smoke. They both have, you know, one tried to use rockets on me, the other tried to dive bomb me. It's important that you keep moving in the smoke to make it hard for you to actually be hit. Don't be stingy about your hit points. You only still have so many of them, even though you've got a repair party. A common theme that I see, and I get guilty of it as well as destroyers that have a repair party seems to be a little more reckless with the amount of hit points that they're willing to give up for an engagement. Now, right here, I'm pushing right in, trying to help this Shinonome. I mean, this game's over. We've already wiped out over half the enemy team, and it's only a matter of time. We've got, you know, points advantage, all that kind of stuff. So now that the game's looking pretty won, I am, you know, getting ready to play a little more aggressive, um, because this is a premium ship. You know, being able to get better results is a good thing. It helps your account with credit, with experience. Um, just using this smoke screen here just to make this CV's life a pain in the butt trying to drop me. And just gonna keep pushing in here. Um, Not really having the best fire chance this game. I do have both fire flags on the ship right now. Um, Again, this ship you're not really gonna farm, you know, damage all game. That's good hit with from that North Carolina. But again, you've got the repair party, and you look just how big a chunk that can repair. So I know this North Carolina is getting ready to shoot again, and yes, you know, even 9-10 kilometers, even longer, um, using AP on broadside battleships, it's pretty effective. You see, it's good chunk damage. He's already on fire. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to get a fire just on his bow. So he's broadside. Just use AP. Switching target on the Asashio. Still playing really aggressive here, just trying to get every little scrap of damage I can over the course of the game. You know, if I was playing this, you know, more as a destroy. Hey, calm down. Do you want in? Say in. Alright, you gotta be good if you're in my office. So, drop some dual launch torps on the Asashio as well as the North Carolina. At this point, it's 900 points. I know that we're likely to go down soon. I should be popping my repair. There it goes. But I saw the shots from the Asashio. I know I'm going to be taking consistent damage here just trying to get damage in on this North Carolina. See the North Carolina is about to shoot, and just trying to juke these shells the best I can. And unfortunately just took a big hit. I should be shooting right now, but that's actually a misplay. I should have kept firing that whole time. I was thinking that the Asashio smoke was going to drop any second, and I wanted to be right there to see if I could pick up the kill. Unfortunately, the timing just didn't work out. But we're at 966 points, and the kill takes us to 1,000. So generally, the main idea behind the kid, you're gonna try to initially, well, throughout the game, you want to take advantage of the AA. That's kind of the reason this boat exists. You also, in the initial phase of the battle, you're using that repair party, even against tier 10 DDs. If they don't have a repair party, you've got an advantage over them. Take Superintendent, take Survivability Expert. You know, use that repair flag. Get as many hit points as you can, because it's incredibly powerful playing these ships that, you know, have that ability to regenerate hit points when your competitors, what they brought is what they got. And you see just how that repair party has, you know, really strengthened a lot of tier 10 destroyers. Grozavoy and Daring come to mind. Uh, both of those ships, you know, people really thought they were, you know, ho-hum, blah, blah, blah. You add that, and Daring in particular, I think, does not need the repair party. That ship is crazy strong already. I don't even think Grozavoy needs it. I honestly, I don't like repair party really on destroyers, because how strong it is. Um, you know, this, for example, a kid could easily pick a fight with a gearing, and on, you know, equal footing, and beat that gearing just because he's got access to the repair. So you have the initial engagement, you get you know, a decent trade, you smoke up, disengage, repair. You know, you repair one. If you took a lot of damage, maybe even 2 times, come back and pick that fight again. Uh, you've recovered a significant amount of hit points. He's just that much weaker from your previous engagement. So, you know, that's how you beat, you know, destroyers. And then later on in the game, you enter kind of the harassment damage farming phase of the battle, uh, using your U.S. destroyer maneuverability. It's not as good as a Sims. Sims is kind of the king of just trolling around, you know, 10 kilometers or so, and just raining shells all over the place. And because it's just so nimble, so small, it's damn annoying for any ship to try to hit at, you know, 10, 11 kilometers. It's the same kind of thing with the kid, but instead of you being, you know, super small, super maneuverable, you've got a repair party to help you tank through, you know, the chunks of damage that you occasionally will absorb. Uh, so anyway, this is commentary on the kid. She's a beautiful destroyer, especially for things like ranked, where you have that ability just to grind people into the dust with your hit point advantage, and that's how you want to try to use her. Not to you know, pick fights that you can't win. Just set it up so you get a good trade. You know, player conservatively, just like you would any other destroyer. But then you factor in that, you know, repair party that you can recover that a bunch of that damage you just took, and, you know, just keep working on those destroyers, and soon there's no destroyers left for you to worry about. Now you can do things like, get really close to these battleships and drop that, one rack of torps that you've got, point blank with a pretty good chance to land multiple torps. Um, so that's my commentary on the Kidd. Um, leave some comments below. I'd like to know what you guys think. If you have any questions about the ship, she is a bit of an oddball in the U.S. destroyer line, so interested in what you guys think about her. So, hope you guys are having a good night. I will talk to you later.